Yeah, it's your boy Fist in his house. Bring another great edition of Battlefield 3 on YouTube for you because, hey, that's what I do. Using the M40A5 with the silencer and 12 times zoom. Oh, and I love using sniper rifles in this game. Now, I'm not a sniper rifle guy in Modern Warfare 3 or Call of Duty series because it's ridiculous. The sniper rifles are an oddity of amusement versus what they're... I mean, the Battlefield games are as intended to be used. You know, I'm not doing 360, ollie, breaky, offset, or stall shooting. No, I mean, there's actual bullet drop with the silencer. I mean, you actually get more bullet drop with the silencers. There's different zooms of the of lenses and scopes, and that's what makes this game exciting. Glinting, you can see the weapon, the scope leans left to the right. You can glint lead people into a shot. I mean, I glint leaded here somebody. If you've seen this shot before, I was at this rock. I glint leaded somebody off a 12 times zoom with a silencer that was vaulting, and I timed the vault. Now, if you don't, if you're a sniper and you know this, vaulting, once a person vaults from left to right in your view, I mean, they bounce out like 3 or 4 feet. I mean, that's not realistic, but it could be if a guy was running and he vaulted. I mean, I guess. But the shot that I pulled off with the same setup was amazing. I glint leaded a vault with a silenced rifle, sniper rifle. If you go back and you look at my montage and amazing sniper rifle shots, that was an amazing shot. I mean, sure, somebody's going to go back and look at that and go, damn, now I know what that means. And if you don't know what it means, that's what it means. See here, you see these markers? They're probably like quarter mile each one. I figure this sniper rifle probably only goes out to a mile. And that's the thing I like about it. That's probably why it's not. It's probably why I'm going to be a sniper in Battlefield 3, because I like the fact of the difficulty level in using sniper. You know, it's just not for everybody. It takes a lot of patience. You have to know the weapons. You have to use them. It's not something you just pick up and be fucking whirly-twirly, you know, doing all kinds of dumbass shit with it. I mean, it's a skill in this game to use, and it keeps the other team on their toes when you're playing great maps like this. And the other fact is the pistols are very strong, so it gives you a huge advantage. You got the recon class, which is, you know, it's not to say that I can't use other weapons. Believe me, I can use, you know, basically every weapon in the game. It's just that I prefer to use the sniper rifles because I get the most pleasure from it. You know, the fact that, okay, if I'm coming up against somebody one-on-one, you know, I got one shot to hit them with. Now, there's other sniper rifles like the SVD and the SKS. I mean, those are situational weapons that I would use in different situations. Now, here you see I'm using the G18 suppressed. Now, this guy was looking for cleanup, and I took him out. And you see I'm using the G18 suppressed. Now, in hindsight, I probably use the G17 just regular, but with the silencer and coming up against multiple targets, I found that it was pretty useful right here. See, now I jumped over and come back. Look at that move. Had him shooting all over the place while I reloaded. And that's the one thing, if you realize, is that your main weapons, here's the situation that I'm going to teach you that is valuable in Battlefield 3, comparable to Modern Warfare series. Now, here's how you do it. Now, in Modern Warfare Call of Duty series, you will just have sleight of hand, and then you reload, and you rarely go to your pistol. Whereas in Call of Duty, it takes a really long time for you to reload your main weapon, but as you run out of bullets, you want to acclimate yourself to switching over to your pistol because they're very strong in this game. And then when you switch to your pistol, you can reload them faster to take on multiple targets. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense, because why else would you pull out your pistol unless you were in a close quarters combat situation, unless somebody was up on you? You know, doesn't that make sense? So, I mean, a lot of their things is like, you have to play the game. Like, if you're just one of those haters who, like, look at Battlefield and go, this game sucks, I don't get it. But then you start putting pieces of the puzzle together. You're like, well, how come this is different than in Modern Warfare? Why is it, you know, why did it take longer to switch to the pistol in Modern Warfare, but it's easier to switch to the pistol in Battlefield? Well, in Modern Warfare, the pistols aren't as strong. So therefore, their focus is on reloading your main weapon fast enough and getting into battle again, or a faster knife. And that's another thing in this game. The knife is a two-step motion, whereas the guy pulls out the knife and then he could swipe at you, but it takes 2 swipes to kill you. Or he's got to like pull out this whole regiment where he comes up on you, pulls out the knife, and then stabs you, and that's a definite kill, but it leaves you open for somebody to take you out. Now you see, I'm here holding out these guys in the, from coming down this tunnel. And that's the thing about a sniper, I mean, you could literally, if you were on a good squad, and you're in this situation, and there's only 2 tunnels, and you're like, listen, I'm holding down this tunnel, you guys go through the middle and where the trains are at, because I'm forcing them that way. I mean, these are the things that, it's great about being a sniper. You could actually, instead of, being a bitch about it, I mean, you actually play the game, as intended. Obviously, I'm at a disadvantage, but just the fact of me sniping down this hallway is keeping them at bay. And, look at these shots that I'm pulling off, like pop up, boom. And this takes practice. This isn't just something you could do because, you got distance and bullet drop with your silencer, so you have to think, okay, you got to judge the distance, you got to range them out really fast, and then based on your scope, and that's the thing, you have to get used to the scope in the situation that you're using. So, it's going to take you like a lot of times, a lot of repetitions to figure that out. And that's the thing, that's why I say, like, you can always learn the sniper rifle first and then go back to the other weapons, because learning the scopes and the weapons are a lot harder than learning assault and SMGs and shooting rockets down the hallway. And so it also does help that you're on the defense, because obviously maybe that's another good point too. I mean, it's a good defensive weapon to have in your arsenal that you learn, because if you're on the defense, how do you beat a guy with a sniper? You got to have a sniper, and it's just important. That's why I played on a beta. I use all the weapons. Now, it's just to me, it seems like on this specific map, the snipers, had a huge advantage, obviously, because you're looking, if you're running the long hallways, and if you're not running the long hallways, then you need to come inside with the shotguns or a really fast, RPM shooting weapon, like an AK or a PDW or something that, in this game, it seemed like to me like the PP2000 was pretty good. The PDW was pretty good. The UMP was pretty good. These weapons were all really good, and they're all interchangeable. So once you reach a certain level, they were good weapons. What I really wish they would at least be a little bit lenient on is probably give you a little bit more leeway on the AK-47. I know that they want to be realistic and everything, but I mean, some people like to have fun with that weapon, and I think the learning curve on the AK-47 just by itself is a lot harder than a lot of people think it is, just for the simple reason is you have to have a lot of patience, shooting at using a lot of different scopes. And I don't know, I mean, I just think the AK should be, it's a video game, it should be just a little bit easier to use, whereas the sniper rifles, I mean, they're one-shot kills, and they should be harder to use, and that's why I like them. I don't know, I guess I could be really shitty and use the SVD and the SKS, but I mean, I choose to use these ones because, like I said, I like the challenge and putting people on notice. And that's the fun part about it. I guess, I mean, I have friends that are, like NASA, that's really good with the SMG. So if I was on his team and I used a sniper, our squad would have a suppression. I would suppress, the team. He would go in and rush. We have 2 other guys, and that's a good-ass team right there. If we had, like, a ammo supply dude and maybe, another sniper or a rusher. 2 rushers and 2 snipers would be pretty sick. But, me playing Battlefield 2, when the game got older, I wouldn't say older, as the game was out longer and people got, played the game for a really long time, it seemed to me like the sniper rifles were so dangerous, the sniper players were so dangerous. And the reason I say that is because, I mean, they knew exactly where to be, where at, and there's just areas, and I was an SMG guy, and Battlefield Modern Combat, probably the worst class to be because it took an extra bullet to kill you, and you know, it just wasn't a fair battle. I mean, assault rifles, we had an advantage over you. The sniper rifles, one shot kill had an advantage over you. So I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking like, you know, I'm looking for the long run payoff in this game, as far as like, I mean, because I could play other weapons. It's just that I preferred to play the sniper rifle at this time. See, I put down my mobile spawn unit so my team could come up and capture or defend this flag. I don't know why I call it flag, but this MCOM-B. And, you know, that way, we went, you know, if we die, we could just come back down the hill. We had to start from all the way back in our spawn. And that's another reason why I really like Recon. I don't know if it's going to change from beta, where you can use one class to set a mobile spawn and then switch back to another class to, like, repel people or an attack. I mean, or it'll just vanish. It would be like some Call of Duty thing where, like, if you switch classes, it's gonna disappear. But they don't do that in this game. You're like, yo, we're gonna keep it in there, and you could spawn there. So it's kind of like an extra. So it's kind of cool. And here I'm just trying to clean up. You know, just keep these guys off their toes. You know, and using that G18. And you see, I complained about it, but that's the reason. If you go back in the beginning of the video, what I was talking about is the pistols are there because, you know, you can't reload fast enough. And they're there to be pulled out fast enough and reload faster than your main weapon. But in all honesty, in close quarters, I mean, I think if a guy was wearing a bulletproof Kevlar vest or a dragon, whatever they call it, I mean, I don't think those bullets would kill people unless they were headshots. I mean, at least to me, I just think well, you know, if they start messing with everything, then they got to change everything. I know that they're not going to change it, but I just, you know, it's my personal opinion. I'm just going to have to live with it and get used to it and switch to my pistol more often, which, you know, and maybe that'll evolve into the next game. And literally, I don't even know what the mini map is there for, because even if you do mark people, you hardly even see them, so what's the point? I wish they would just I wish there was an option to get rid of it, because I never look at it. It's pointless, other than to see your own teammates. So, pretty much that's it. I died. It was the end of the game. We won. I think my final score with the sniper rifle and my super pistol was 22-6. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, it's your boy Fist. Peace.